All right. So we back today this morning. This beautiful Tuesday, May 17th. I told you I'm trying to be a little more consistent with NBA culture analyst culture. I'm calling myself the analyst culture. You know what I'm saying? Try to be a little more consistent with it, definitely. But let's do like predictions, definitely for the night, and let's do like maybe finals predictions. Or I think I'm gonna wait till after game one from both series to see where I'm gonna like head towards, or where I think I can guess the Boston and Miami series. So let's talk about the Boston and Miami series. So I think Boston's gonna win that in 6 or 5. And the reason I say this is because cause we go off the last 2 series. We go off recent success. We go over recent everything from both sides. So let's look at Miami versus wasn't Philly, Atlanta. Yeah, it was overmatched. It was over. They Atlanta didn't have enough. Easy. That's easy. That's 5. I thought they beat them in 5, right? So that was easy. Then Philly, they beat in 6. Took a little longer, but you didn't have the best Joel Embiid. Well, the healthy Joel Embiid. Have a better. The 76ers didn't have a bench all year, so we can't even say like they didn't show up. They never had a bench. They came in there relying on James Harden and Joel Embiid, and then of course Tobias and Tyrese Maxey, and then paying out where they all 4 play well enough in the game where they never got it working. So Miami has a small sample size, and they finally can be tested with a team that's primarily healthy. I think Marcus Smart might not play. Kyle Lowry out for the play too, I think. But let's really think about it. Boston just beat Kevin Durant and Giannis. And now the first series with the Nets, the others were killing the Boston Celtics, keeping them in the games. With the stars couldn't do what they do because of how the defense they played. Now this next series was a little different. Giannis got it wasn't his most efficient thing, but he did what he do, and he was one of the most historical statistical stat lines in history. So up until Game 7, that was probably his worst game. Game 1 was bad, but he was facilitating so well, it was just it didn't even matter how bad he shot that game. But he was amazing, but the others didn't show up. So it's like, what is Boston about to take away? I don't think they have the capable of player of Kevin Durant, Giannis, Kyrie Irving, but Jimmy Butler's no slouch, but he's not a star. I mean, all-star, not a star. I think he's easily more contained than all of them because he wouldn't even when he lock in to go with buckets, he gonna get buckets, but he's team friendly. He may sometimes be toxic, but he is about everybody getting what they get and getting their shots, everybody getting everything up. The long as you play that defense and you don't fuck with him. They're he gonna talk his shit. I fuck with Jimmy. I wish Jimmy was more of an attacker and go and average 27, 28. He'll easily be a star in this league. He's not scared of the moment. I honestly think he's better than DeMar DeRozan. And I wonder what y'all think. Put that in the comment section right now. DeMar DeRozan or Jimmy Butler. But yeah, they have the depth, which will make it hard. That's what will make them potentially can beat Boston. But then I believe Boston has just as good as depth, and they have 2 star players, all-star players. One potentially might be a superstar right now, Jason Tatum, which I believe he is. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all can put that down in the comment section also. And Jaylen Brown's an all-star. Miami, to me, just has Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry is a champion. That's why you don't disrespect him and discount him, but he's no longer an all-star to me. At least for further notice. Maybe he change up next year. Everybody gets like a second win. I don't know why nowadays in basketball, everybody gets like a second win and it just becomes like fucking crazy. But yeah, Tyler Herro's young. He don't even start to be an all-star because he's not a star. He could be. He has the talent. He has everything that is needed to be. He is a killer to me. Tyler Herro's not to be played with. He could average 25 in this series, and this would change the series if they could get consistent 25 average scorers between Jimmy Butler and Tyler Herro. And then you got Bam Adebayo, who doesn't needs to be averaging 20 also, but also needs to be grabbing boards. This is a weird series because Boston is about to be tested with a team that doesn't primarily have one player where y'all can't just. There's no cloud. I can still count the lane, but it's just not gonna. They can shoot like they if Bucks had Miami shooting, they would have won this series in 5. That's how good Miami can shoot sometimes. Sometimes they have their days, but I believe they have much better shooters than the Bucks. I believe Miami struggled a little bit through the first 2 games in Philly, but it was like they were wide open. And Giannis, that's what he does all the time. He gets you wide open, and I expect those to make it, those shooters over the Bucks shooters. And so I don't know how the series is going to go. I want to see game 1. I want to see how everybody's played against each other because this is a arguable series where it could go Miami in 6, Boston in 6. And I'm not being disrespectful. I feel like that's a good series. Everybody wants me to say 7. 7 is that's just the given that everybody use. Like 7, everything's in 7. Like 6, bro, 6. I would just feel like I don't feel like this will go to 7. It go to 7, that's fire. Just like the Bucks series was fire. Phoenix series was fire. They were fire. Great. Game 7s. I'm never gonna lie. I wish it was 4 game 7s. That would have been beautiful, but the Memphis lost, and so did Philly. So I don't know about y'all, but what y'all got? Bucks in Miami. Definitely put that in the comment section. Put whatever I've been saying, all that in the comment section. I want to know. Put in what y'all got. All right, stay culture.